When your cat knocks something off the table while staring directly into your eyes, do you truly understand the message they are sending? Most owners laugh it off. They call it mischief. They call it clumsiness. They post the video online and caption it, "Cats are chaotic." But that moment is not chaos. It is one of the most vulnerable, intimate acts a cat can perform in front of another living being. And here is the uncomfortable part. Every time you misread it, every time you scold, laugh, or ignore it, you are missing a message your cat worked up the courage to send you. You are, without realizing it, letting a small crack of distance grow between you. Let's uncover the profound reality of why cats knock things off tables. It's not mischief, it's a test you didn't know you were taking. Most owners believe their cat pushes objects off tables purely to get attention, or worse, out of spite for being ignored. But here's what is actually taking place. A cat's paw is one of the most sensory-rich parts of its entire body. Before a cat commits to any action, it gathers information through touch. That pen rolling toward the edge of your desk is not a target for destruction. It is an object being evaluated. Feline sensory researchers have long noted that cats use their paws almost the way humans use fingertips, testing texture, weight, and movement before deciding whether something is safe. Translate that into emotional terms, and it becomes something else entirely. Your cat is not causing chaos. Your cat is investigating the world you built for them, one careful nudge at a time. When a cat does this near you and not when alone, it means your presence does not stop the behavior. It means you feel safe enough to be present for. Your cat is running an experiment, and you are the only audience. People assume the behavior is random or repetitive, disconnected from thought. But watch closely next time. A cat rarely knocks an object off the same way twice. There's a pause. There's a glance toward you. There's a slow, deliberate motion, not a careless swipe. Comparative cognitive research on domestic cats has shown they possess object permanence and a working understanding of cause and effect that rivals young toddlers. That glance toward you before the object falls is not guilt, it is confirmation seeking. Your cat is checking whether you are watching, because the moment matters more when it is witnessed. A cat that performs for an audience of one has chosen that one person as someone worth performing for. That small paw print left behind is a signature of love. Owners assume knocking things down is purely physical play with no deeper meaning, but cats carry scent glands in their paws. Every touch, every nudge, every small interaction with an object leaves behind a trace of your cat's own chemical signature. Behavioral studies on feline scent marking describe this as a quiet form of claiming territory, softer than headbutting or cheek rubbing, but no less intentional. When your cat touches something on your desk, on your nightstand, in the space you spend most of your time, they are weaving their scent into your world. That is not vandalism. That is your cat quietly saying, "This space is ours now." If understanding what your cat is really trying to tell you matters to you, this is exactly the kind of truth we explore here every week. Join the community below, because the more we understand our cats, the deeper that bond becomes. Somewhere inside your cat, a hunter is still awake. Most owners see the behavior as strictly domestic, something learned from indoor boredom. But in the wild, a cat's ancestors survived by testing prey before committing to a strike, tapping, batting, watching how something moved before deciding whether it was worth the effort of the hunt. Ethologists studying wild felid behavior have long connected this test and observe pattern to survival instinct passed down through generations, long before cats ever slept on couches. That falling pen on your desk is a small echo of a hunt that once meant life or death. Your living room has become safe enough that this ancient instinct gets to exist as play instead of survival. That safety exists because of you. This performance is reserved, and you are the only ticket holder. People assume cats behave the same whether alone or with company, but multiple owners report and behaviorists confirm that this specific knocking behavior sharply decreases when a cat is left completely alone and increases in the presence of their chosen person. This selective behavior pattern is often cited by feline behaviorists as a sign of secure attachment, similar in structure to how a toddler behaves differently around a trusted caregiver versus a stranger. Out of every person who enters your home, your cat chose you as the one worth this small act of communication. That falling object was never the message. You were. Remember the warning at the start that this moment is one of the most vulnerable acts a cat can perform. Here's why. A cat does not knock something down to destroy it. A cat knocks something down to include you in a decision. Watch me, notice me, be here with me in this small, ordinary moment. Your cat is not testing gravity. Your cat is testing whether you are paying attention to their world the way they pay attention to yours. That is not a small thing. That is total trust, offered quietly, without words, in the only language your cat has. How you respond decides what happens next. When your cat reaches toward that edge and looks at you first, do not scold, do not turn away. Meet their gaze, speak softly, let them know you saw it. This is not about permission for destruction. This is about protecting a moment of connection your cat chose to create with you and choosing not to break it with frustration. So the next time your cat sits at the edge of your table, paw raised, eyes locked on yours, understand what is truly happening. That is not mischief. That is not chaos. That is your cat asking to be seen. That is not just a touch against an object. That is total surrender, wrapped in something small enough to be missed by anyone who is not paying attention. For your cat, this was never a small gesture. It never is. If this changed the way you see your cat, subscribe for more hidden truths behind everyday feline behavior, and share this with someone who still thinks their cat is just being naughty.